Hi, everybody. This is Joanna. Thank you for tuning in and connecting. The program is a little bit new, so just don't know what I'm looking at. Hi, welcome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. Thank you. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, what a beautiful day. And been moving through some profound shifts as we've talked about the last little while, taking on greater light. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things. This is just to be a quick video. I'm going to make some other videos, a shamanic tarot video as well for our Heavenly Radiance YouTube channel for those that like tarot, to take their tarot to the next level. And we're going to talk about these next couple of videos. We're going to talk about Gaia Speak, beautiful entanglements that I've had. We're going to talk about allowance and acceptance and the role that that plays in one's ability to carry more light, the capacity of light, capacity of love. I'm going to write that down. And we're going to talk about the beauty and honor, that sacred vibration that is honor, that sacred vibration that is Source Creator. And in that, we're also going to talk about harmonics and how harmonics are so very important to the evolution of humanity. Harmonics in and of itself is the light language that is source, that is the language of love. The bedding that we exist within is a harmonic vibration. It's a sound song. It's a song that is the breath, that is source. A beautiful nest, if you will, in the womb that is how we are held, this womb harmonic, vibratory essence of love. We can choose, and how we are fed from it, micro, macro, how we are creating from all that we are within this beautiful harmonic of creation. Why sound, vibration of sound will be so very key and pivotal to just yeah. Oh goodness. Oh, too funny. Oh, too funny. Oh boy. Are so very key to evolution. Evolution of cells within our bodies, how that harmonic vibration assists us in every way in the healing procedures and processes. But more importantly, that I get excited about, which we're going to talk about as we're threading into this Gaia Speak, is I've been committing to myself to do a divine vessel healing. A divine vessel healing for me, and we're going to offer this in our near future with a healing program. But the divine healing for the vessel itself, the vessel of who we are, captures and stores through the cells of all the way, because we are tissue. We are human form and matter and tissue. And so part of the healing process through deep tissue healing and deep cellular healing and clearing must be done through the movement. And there's various modalities that can assist in the releasing of these deep tissue traumas. And so the last week or two, I've been committing myself to intention of clearing those deep cellular traumas through power walking and incline. I have a route that I walk, and I do an incline, steep incline. It takes me back to the days where I used to go hiking a lot, and I used to really enjoy hiking up mountains and with like huge backpacks on my back. And I really loved it. I loved the idea of carrying weight and just being this machine and muscle, and I just enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. For my life, I've been very excited about physical fitness. I used to teach water aerobics. I used to teach at the Y, back in my 20s. And I've always been, really excited to see how I could stretch and expand who I am as a vessel, as far as, always challenging myself. But it's come into handy in all of my, being aerobic instructor and training, to now getting to this spiritual body type of experience through which I'm harmonizing all that I've learned through my whole life and why I've taken what I've taken, I've been interested in what I've taken, to harmonize these new ideas about healing the multidimensional bodies, and feeling the traumas be released from my body. The other day I had an experience, and I usually do 3 laps around this one circuit. And the first 2 circuits are the intention and the harmonization with the fields, with my body, with the fields and the healing teams that are with me. And then the third time that I went around, I had a really profound release. Lots of stuff coming up from my root and my sacral, and just being purged, and as I was doing my circuit, and so I felt these huge, it's just like just sheets of density just being pulled out, through the work that I was doing. And so we're going to offer that as part of our training program, our healing program. But what it showed me is that there's our harmonization that we can, if we so desire, to co-create and be a part of this song, this harmonic song that moves in and through us. Just as if, this blouse that I'm wearing, we are the matter, if you will. And as we become lighter in oscillation, we're harmonizing more and more with this field of light, because all that we are feels it. The higher and lighter that we resonate, the more expansive we resonate as pure love, as pure light. We become a part of that more ethereal field, and it becomes more of us. So all of our tissue, our matter, our muscle, all that we are as a physical being, becomes that fluid movement with that song, if you so desire. It takes one to practice the attunements of the subtle fields and the vibrational fields that you exist within. Because most often than not, the majority of the collective, and because of how we've been brought up and how we've been trained ourselves, has been so separate from spirit, and not knowing that spirit is in all things, all places, all experiences, and we exist within this beautiful quantum field, that we are not aware of exactly all that we exist within, what exists within us, and how we can use that as a part of our healing. And so, it was quite an experience for me, and it's provided those experiences where I can come forward and offer it in a very unique way that can assist those that have had deep traumas in the cells, from childhood traumas or abuse, or years of narcissism and other dependency, codependence, alcoholism, and those types of ailments, depressions, those types of energies that get stuck within the cells. And they do require movement. They do require that we extract it through our intention and through that physical movement and release. And so I feel really great. I feel I'm feeling in honor of who I am, the sacred allowance and the blessedness of who I am as a vibration of source, that vessel of source. And so we're going to be offering more on that. That's part of my direction for healing, and to be that master and teacher and healer and leader to the multidimensional capacities that we all have to attune who we are to a greater vibration, a higher oscillation of spirit, of source. And it's in every moment, every movement. And so part of this experience, and we're moving back into this Gaia speak, it is a field, it is the vibrational song, the vibrational harmonic that is Source Creator. And it's a field of joy. It's just like, the only way that I can explain it is, this is just an earthly example that we can all attach to and we can all connect with. But it's far different than that. But what I feel it is if I went out today and I was in such joy, like today, these last 2 days I have felt, which is unusual because I haven't felt like this for a long time. Today I really felt like I just want to love. All I want to do is just love. I want to love. I want to be love. I want to express love. I want to come forward as this big essence of love. I'm going to allow all that I am, and no more blocks and boundaries up. I'm just loving, and I'm just happy to love. And I just started laughing and giggling to myself. And the experience that I feel when I'm out in this field of Gaia and I'm connecting with this harmonic song, the essence of Source Creator within and without, it feels as if, you know, when someone throws you a surprise party, or there's an experience that your friends have, you know, all gathered at this house, and you're on your way there, and there's that excitement, and there's that enchantment of arriving, if you will. That's how it feels. It's that anticipation of being with joy and happiness, and that excitement of a child that's going to be celebrated as you walk in the door. That's how it feels. And that's how the energies of all that is source and all that we exist within can be used and utilized as the essence of this new 5D earth. It's this, we've been talking about this for a while, that this summer is really pivotal. You know, tomorrow I think is June. This summer is really pivotal for us to, if we so desire, everybody's going to have a different perspective and a different, experience, but to really honor the beauty and the celebration that we are as beings of light and love, the language of source. And how can we honor it? How can we honor who we are as the vessel that walks in light? We've waited eons, so many of us that are old souls. We can feel it and we can sense it and we can taste it, you know, in our dreams, and it can be a part of us living so tangibly. We can feel it and just sense there's an undercurrent happening this summer that will allow us to really and truly feel that happiness and joy just to be here, the happiness and joy to be who we are, to allow ourselves to come forward in such a brand new way and be a part of Gaia Speak. To not speak of it as we've talked about Source Creator as being this energy that allows us to experience all creation, but actually be of it. And there's a profound difference, and what we offer are vibrational energies and stories that have a distinct vibratory experience as the honor experience. When you allow yourself to open up to the vibration of honor, when you open up to the vibration of pure love, to be that of pure love, to honor those within your household, it shifts your vibration. And I'll offer it to you in this way. And this is just an example. I'm just giving this to you as an example. In my house, I have this beautiful picture of my kids, and I often just sit at the picture and I pray and I commune with their vibrations and their energies. And I send them prayers and love, and I bow to them in honor. And so this is the vibration of honor that allows you to shift your perspective of what we have been separative of the everyday life that just seems to kind of catch us, and we continue in these spirals and cycles, forgetting the vibration of sacred living and sacred honor. And how can we begin to infuse honor back into our every moment? Because that's a part of the sacred song. I don't have words to describe some of the experiences that I know are available, or the essence of Source Creator, the all-encompassing hand that embodies all life, in the caterpillar and in the bugs and in the sand and the soil and in the vibrations that we exist within and move within, these unseen vibratory fields. There's no words to describe or define the majesty and the honor that is within us and without us. There's just no words. But those are the experiences at the human level. And again, this is just opening the door, just peeking in at the window, if you will, not even opening the door. Because as I said, there is no definition that we have in human form that can describe and define the ecstatic joy and utopia, euphoric experience that is Source Creator, and living it, being that vibration in as many moments as you can. And that's raising your vibration to be that fifth dimensional vessel of light. And that's just one example of how can you shift and raise your vibration so that we see and we perceive all moments and all people before us as being the sacred honor of all life. Because we oftentimes get pulled from those honorable vibrations because of the entanglement and the experiences that we have with one another. And then we begin that judgment and that separation. However, we're always in honor of one another at the core level of spirit and soul. The soul and the spirit are always in honor of one another because at the highest level, they understand that we're all one, we're source. We're allowing one another to grow and let go of the old judgments, the old beliefs that spiral us in wounding, that spiral us in judgment and separation. And so that vibration of honor allows you to see that everything before you and within you and without you, everything that crosses your path, and honor it in its greatness. You know, and my teams offered me yesterday, or this morning actually, allow the wonderment of you to unfold, and cherish it, revel in it, honor it, you know, really soak within those moments of your wonderment. And this was before I went on my, you know, my exercise experience. And on my exercise experience, I was noticing something, and this is part of our Gaia speak, that we're becoming. And I really want to honor that with Gaia, because I understand that it's a divine song between the heavens and earth. And we have been, we have, because of our experiences in duality and our experiences through separation, we've taken ourselves outside of this harmonic song that's always existent. It's always existing. The elementals, the pixies, the fairies, Gaia, her love for us. We've rarely allowed ourselves to feel into that beautiful song that is her, offering that loving resonance in all moments for us to connect and entangle with it through all nature, all life. It's a song with source creator. It's a harmonic. It's a harmonic song, and I can hear it. And so what I experienced this morning is that they said, you know, revel in your wonderment, because I remember, and I've often talked about this, part of my excitement and the sacred child that I am is my wonderment with all nature and wildlife and animals, and having that communication energetically with them and with Gaia. Because I remember all the ancient shamanic wisdoms and those ancient timelines that I'm reactivating to bring it to a new level, to bring it to that highest ascension levels, to begin anew and totally create like this 5-dimensional human that we've never experienced before, because humanity is at the consciousness level through which we've never experienced before. And those that are light workers and those that are really excited about creating beyond the box, breaking all boundaries, are those the ones that are going to be pulling their Akashic skills out and allowing them to be creating in new ways, to sing and tone and sound. And we can feel the crystalline fields that we're threading with, and those crystalline vibrations that are source creator living through us. The harmonic that is source creator are languages through all light programs for evolution. They're harmonic songs that not only allow us to heal, but in its highest capacity. And again, because we're at our highest level of evolution for humanity, we are just peeking in on what harmonics are allowing us to explore of who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us. It truly is the intelligence of creation. We're just peeking, you know, and it's directly source creator. It's not something that is, you know, it's source. And it's the song of, it's the juice of, it's the elixir that is all life. And so what I was experiencing is that I was on my power walk, and I walk and I jog and I walk and I jog and then I power walk. And these beautiful experiences that have been happening this week, like yesterday, I saw this beautiful bird, and I had only thought that, you know, birds that could hover were very few. You know, the hummingbird, obviously, we all know that the hummingbird hovers. But there was this bird, it was bigger than a hummingbird. It was like maybe, you know, slightly smaller than a magpie. And it was jet black. It was a beautiful bird. And it was just hovering right above the pond that I walk by. And it was hovering in this, and it's a fairly big bird. And I was just in awe. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I watching? What am I seeing? You know, and then it was waiting for its baby, and its baby had just come behind it. It was hovering there for a good 10 seconds waiting for its baby, you know, its little birdie to come with it. And then they both flew off. And I'm just like, you know, I, you know, just in awe, you know. And as I was walking, I was noticing the vibrational field that I was existing within. There would be all of these dragonflies that would come up, and they would come to me at the same point in my field, you know, 5 feet away, 4 to 5 feet away. And then they would hover at a certain point, you know, to my left, 4 to 5 feet. And they would hover there, and they would just stay as I'm walking. I'm a fast walker. So as I'm walking, doing this, they're with me. And then they would come right up to my shins, and they would just hover there, and then they would leave and jet off. And, you know, 20 of these, in my experience going around. And I thought, well, why are they always coming at the same distance? Because being the intuitive and empath that I am, and my connection with all spirit, I wonder these things. It's my wonderment. I wonder why these insects, gorgeous elements of Source Creator. I love dragonflies. I love all that is Source Creator, and how they just dance in and out of, our movement, and most rarely recognize them and recognize their dance, recognize why they do what they do. But I do. I absolutely do. And they know that I wonder at them, and I ponder over their elegance. I ponder over their beauty and their grace. And so they dance with me. And I'm wondering, well, why do you always come at that same spot? And then you come right at my right shin. It's this dance, one spot here, one spot here, one spot here, one spot here. And they hover with me, and they dance with me, and they glide with me. But it's within this field. And I knew it. As soon as they stepped in my field, they were in my field. I knew that. And they stayed at that spot. It was like there was vibrations in those threads. And we talked about the other day, bandwidths. And bandwidths are, like this bandwidths are threads of vibration. The more that you are able to move within the vibratory threads of 3 to 4 to 5D, your bandwidth is expanding. You can allow yourself to move within greater fluctuations of energy and still remain in a center. So that expands the bandwidth that you're able to move within. Just as my guide was explaining to me, the bandwidth that he has capability to move within. And why sometimes now that my bandwidth has expanded, I'm able to connect with him in a greater ease than I did before, a year ago. Because my bandwidth has expanded, and I'm able to attune because of the threads in my attunement of his sensitivity, of his bandwidth. And so this is how this soup and these threads in our vibratory fields and our oscillation and our ability to honor the sacredness of all that we exist within, this soup of creation that we are, as tissue, as matter, as muscle, as form and bone, and allow that to be the starting point of this sacred communion and co-creation of how we're speaking and entangling and singing within a song that is greater than we know. It's quite dynamic. It's quite profound, and we don't have words for what we're experiencing and what we're about to step into. But I want to start. I want to bring all that I experience into the human experience. And for those that so desire, begin to awaken all that you are as this beautiful elegance of fields of light, as this corporeal version that is now becoming more ethereal, that is now becoming more transparent, if you will. And, just as I was moving from all of these beautiful dragonfly experiences, a beautiful, black caterpillar just crawled across the little walkway, and I took a picture of it. It was so beautiful. And, my teams were just celebrating with me because they were saying, this is the wonderment of you. You're acknowledging yourself and your grace and your beauty within all moments, and reminded me of when I was a child. Just in awe of Gaia, in awe of creation. I understood at some level that there was the divine love, the Father, the Mother, the Holy Spirit, Source Creator, the universal omnipresence. I had that vibratory song alive within me until I shut it down due to conformity and the experiences that I had experienced because I didn't feel it was safe. So it's the remembrance of this sacred honor that we are awakening within and that we are. And it's a beautiful dance. It's an elegance. It's an intimacy. It's a blessedness. We don't have the words, the ecstasy of source, the ecstasy of who we are as beautiful humans. And why, when we experience what we experience in our world, we can truly arise in a greater appreciation for one another and acceptance and allowance for everyone's journey, so that we can be that highest oscillation of allowance and acceptance of all that Source is to live through us, and allow that moment to rise in our frequency, as opposed to judging any one moment in our experience, as opposed to being frustrated or challenged by it, because the challenges are there for us to harmonize and move in greater, profound ways. There is nothing that is immovable. You know, there's nothing that's immovable, as I just said that. Too funny. My kid's big bubble ball is out in the yard, and as you can see, we've got lots of wind happening outside. As I said, the big bubble ball just rolled across the grass. I mean, this thing is huge. This bubble ball, it's, you know, it's about 4 feet big around. That's true. See, that's creation playing with me, you know. But this is I better go get it before it rolls down into the forest. But this is what we experience in our awakening, into our deepening of that sacredness that is source. It's just like this big sacred pool you just can't wait to get in. You know, it's like that anticipation, getting to that party when everyone's going to celebrate you. That's creation. If we could turn the light on to all of the beings that are with us and around us at any moment, we would be suffocated by love. It's just so profound. We're enveloped, we are embodied, we are saturated by love. You know, and I feel so excited that I get to feel that depth of love again. You know, I get to feel like me again. You know, that little girl that was just so excited about all life, you know, that was just excited to share that life, to express that life, to explore that life in new and beautiful ways and profound ways. You know, to find and magnetize and begin co-creating as the magician that I am, the goddess that I am, the Godhead that I am, and call forward those ancient wisdoms and call forward those healing practices, so that I can even therefore present myself as a grander essence of capability and capacity for love, and offer it with pride and with honor, you know, sacredness. It has anything to do with hubris. It's not about that at all, because you can feel the vibrational difference. You know, an egoic statement is egoic and it can be felt. One that is of great sacredness and great honor can be felt, you know. And that's why when we're moving through these, I was talking about last week, I was stepping into a new vibrational level. And there was a couple of days last week, and I felt this before when I'm going through big shifts. I felt a couple of days of co-fusion. I call it co-fusion. And co-fusion they're not comfortable, but I know they have a purpose. They everything does. And I haven't written about it in any of my books, by the way. I've written 3 Ascension books, but this co-fusion experience is not comfortable. It's that co-fusion is where we leave our bodies that were, and that co-fusion is where everything around you, when you're hitting into a new vibrational experience, that co-fusion is where there is a certain percentage of all that you are in that new light frequency, and that old version of you becomes frustrated and agitated at everything. It just feels out of place. It feels nonsense. You know, it just feels, you know, like every 5 minutes you just feel agitated, because there's the mind and the bodies, all that you are, is looking for that homeostasis of all that it's ever known is now being shifted and recentered to a higher vibration. And so the bodies and the homeostasis system is looking for that harmonization, that center point, but there isn't, because you're setting it. And so that co-fusion is just like this, you know, it's just, you know, and you've really got to ground and you really got to ground and center, and, you know, just be with Gaia and really center within. That centering within is so important, because it allows you to understand that you're recalibrating to a new harmonic, that vibrational song. Your song within you is changing. The cells of the song within you is changing. And when I do my body work and when I do my divine health vessel work, I use intentions and I use connection threads, so that I'm harmonizing that harmonic through intention and through love and through visualization. And so we're just starting to find like I said, we're just peeking in, and there's so much more for us to explore. And I'm really excited to be a part of that exploration and healing allowing the human collective to truly awaken to a higher divide of experience, if we so choose. And it's really, it is the flowing song of God, of honor, of source creator, of all that is. And it's that song that lives within us. You know, when we can connect with that song and we can tune in to that vibrational hum, that is within the cells, the nucleus, that's awakening and actually waiting for you to awaken within it. Excuse me. And so I'm really excited. And I wanted to bring those stories forward for sharing. Because I was absolutely feeling this. It was really beautiful. Again, like my teams are showing me sometimes where I can move back and forth to timelines when I was a little girl and I was feeling these same things, but at a frequency. Obviously, the bandwidth is different, but those bandwidths are still the same because it's still within my DNA, my thread, my kosh, me. Right. So when I'm feeling those recognitions, and that's what remembrances are, they're threads of vibration. And so it's still within my bandwidth that I can pull those out and say, I remember, or I remember that. That's a vibrational experience. And I'm using it in my now moment so that I can re-entangle with Gaia again in a deeper way. And I can bring it forward as part of our evolutionary song, our evolutionary healing, our evolutionary oneness. And how can we do that with our human collective and begin this beautiful song of our oneness, this beautiful song of the caring and the sharing that we have for one another, even if someone's on the other side of the world or someone might be in suffering and despair, and whatever miracle they need, let's sing the song. Let's create that oneness. Let's create that unity, because we understand we're a part of that moving song and that rhythm that is source creator, that omnipresence that is this elevation of love that moves within all life. It can be felt through prayers and intention and the communion of source creator, within and without, all that is. It's so very beautiful. And so we wanted to just put that out as a short offering. And just because we saw that caterpillar today, I'm going to do another video after this, the shamanic tarot, but we're going to use our butterfly deck of Dorian Virtue, just because I saw that caterpillar today. So thank you. Thank you, Holy Source Creator, and thank you, Divine Gaia and the Elementals. We're calling forward the Masters. We're calling forward the Rainbow Tribe Masters of Holy Light. We're calling for the energies of Gaia, the Elementals, the Fairies, the Pixies, the Elohim. Thank you, the Elohim Creator Gods. We thank the Pleiadians, the Syrians, and all of our sacred ancestors and our sacred lineage of all that we are as spirit, coming forward in this moment as the Holy Creators, the Holy Mother, and the Holy Father within us all, Source Creator God, the universe, the omnipresence. All that we are entangled within this beautiful human moment as we create and commune sacredly within this sacred space. Thank you, Archangel Michael, and all of the archangels that are protecting us now and future now moments for our highest and for our best, and as we co-create divine order, as we co-create and we allow divine order to live through us in the highest harmonic way. And we thank you, Divine and Holy Creator, for our sacredness. We thank you for all that we are as a one family, as a one human family, as we expand and explore and experience all that we are as divine sacred love. Thank you for this moment of our oneness. Thank you for this moment of our gathering. We're so very blessed for our co-creations in this moment. Thank you. The divine and heavenly presence is within you, dear ones. Allow yourselves to play in all moments, dear ones. Allow yourselves to feel the earth play with you as you move about the planet and you feel the planet give and take with you. For you'll feel that sometimes the space that you feel is solid is not solid at all. It's like a moving song, isn't it? All parts of you harmonizing with it, just meshing and moving and melding with it, isn't it? It's a soft and delicate dance. Heavenly creators, thank you, Holy Mother Father. Thank you, Source Creator, for the blessings that we are at all moments. Thank you for all life and for all sacredness, as we honor you and all that we are as love. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, new exercise program. That's so beautiful. New exercise program of why we require to move our vessels, through humanity. And I'm just going to pick another one there. Realizations and epiphanies. It's just what we're talking about. Thank you, Holy Mother Father. Thank you, Creator, Source Creator, Holy Gaia. we allow ourselves to realize the epiphanies that allow us to thread back and forth through the miracles that we've known ourselves to be as the sacred children. When we allow ourselves to move our body and release the densities of deep cellular trauma, of deep tissue trauma, and allow ourselves to be the owner and this divine sovereign leader of our own health and wellness, and creating that beautiful self-care to say, I'm worthy to whatever is held within my cells. I will call it forward to be transmuted through the love of who I am. And I will allow myself these realizations and epiphanies that are in all moments for us to explore and experience and truly express. And this is, they're just reminding me, this beautiful butterfly. It's a lapis blue. I love lapis. I've got lapis jewelry always. Throat chakra is lapis. And these realizations and epiphanies, that as they're allowing me to take honor in who I am. Thank you, Mother, Father, and thank you, the Holy Creators and my spirit guides and the beautiful celestial and oracles of light. I love you so very much. Living through me in this moment of now to remind me that the throat chakra allows us to express all that we are is this beautiful human realization that we are the epiphany of our own life, and we are the wonderment that unfolds before us. Thank you, Holy Mother, Father, to allow us to really capture and really assimilate that we are the miracle. We are the living miracle. We are the blessing of holy light, the language of light in all moments. So how can we just express it freely through the acceptance and allowance of all that we are? We accept and allow all others for all their journeys and all their trials and tribulations and all their challenges and all their triumphs. And in our allowance, we come together in our oneness and in our unity. And we allow ourselves to be the highest and the best of all that we have been meant to be and we've come to be. This is the lifetime, dear ones, and I'm so excited and I'm so honored to be on it with you. So thank you so much. And for those that want to be with us in our Shamanic Tarot, join us on our Heavenly Radiance Shamanic Tarot channel. Thank you so much, Divine and Holy Mother, Father, and the Divine Spirit that are with us always. Thank you. Namaste. I love you.